Welcome to another episode of Operation American Dream. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs. We're going to have some fun today as we are going to be talking about recreational therapy for our heroes. And we also are going to be a talk about needed cyber protection and how we're getting wounded warriors into the space of helping protect our homeland from the cyber attacks. And then we're also going to get into the holiday spirit and talk about a fun event that's going to be taking place here for our military families in San Diego. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and you don't want to miss it, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We've got a special guest coming to us today from Washington, D.C. We've got Jim Wiggins with the Wounded Warrior Cyber Combat Academy. Jim, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. I'm really appreciative of you inviting me on your program. Thanks.
Yeah, this is exciting. I've been really looking forward to hearing about this and exactly what you guys are doing there. I know you're helping our veterans and also helping our nation be more cyber secure. So I want to dive right in. Tell me a little bit about your background real quick, and then let's talk about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a professional educator by trade. I've been doing it for about 20 years. And about 5 or 6 years ago, a number of friends came to me with an idea of really setting up our own nonprofit and taking what we do kind of in the professional realm in terms of, educating people on cybersecurity and building a program out that would really focus on injured and wounded soldiers, both men and women, that have given so much to our country. And so we've been in our spare time and with a lot of love and a lot of attention, really trying to affect a population that we think has a lot to continue to give back and just re-educate them and put them into a career field that, by all accounts, has more jobs than there are actual people. So
I
it's
can
a
only
win-win
imagine.
situation.
Yeah, because the need for cyber protection is growing so much. Tell me, how much is it expanding on a monthly or yearly basis to where you're needing to fill those spots?
Well, we can't keep up, right? I mean, the problem we're running into is that, like I said, there's just with technology. I mean, technology continues to evolve and ingratiate itself into the fabric of our society, right? I mean, if you think about 10 years ago, did you carry around a tablet and a cell phone and, did you have an internet-enabled car? No, so now we have all of this technology that, that provides all this capability and all of this functionality, but now we've got to figure out how we're going to protect it. And so it's kind of like this constant ebb and flow of the technology and the need to protect it. And so the opportunities out there are great, and we just really look at this population as an ideal population for taking what we call those that have served in one capacity on one battlefield and move them into another battlefield, which is the cyber battlefield.
So you're helping them completely get equipped. So walk me through a little bit of the process of what you guys are doing in their training.
So what we've done, again, just taking what we do in a professional context, what we normally focus on in my background in trying to help corporations and what I'll call career changers make the move into the IT and the cyber world, and really leveraged a program that takes industry certifications and bodies of knowledge that take and equip injured and wounded warriors and prepare them to really be able to go out there and become like a cybersecurity analyst or, a SOC operator or, somebody that can actually get a good, decent job and a career for that matter. And again, in the way we look at it is that we're extending that level of patriotism and that level of focus, wanting to help protect the homeland in one capacity, and just simply shifting them into another career field that allows them to continue to serve in its own unique way.
That's incredible. So you guys are helping with the job placement then. Once you get them fully trained, there's jobs waiting for them that you can help get them plugged into?
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges we run into, right? I mean, I must get 5 to 10 pings a week from companies that, people will come to a conference that we're at and they'll be like, hey, I have this really great idea. My company should hire some of your warriors. And we're like, wow, we've heard that before, right? Because there's such a demand out there.
Right.
And, you never want to turn people away that come up with, good ideas. Our challenge is that we can't retool these guys fast enough, right?
Okay.
There's just, again, so much demand out there. And so it's a great problem to have, right? So
how long of a process is it for them to become completely retooled?
So we put them through about a 8 to 10 month program. What we've done is we've taken what you would normally do in maybe a month or 2 months, and we've stretched it out over an extended period of time. So we do it night times, usually 2 nights a week. And we've broken the curriculum down into like half a dozen or 6 different topics, or what we call certifications. And we really start them at the ground up. We help them develop foundational IT skills, in terms of hardware and software. And then we get into the networking realm. We then move into the platform or the operating system environment. Eventually, we move, that's only half the curriculum, and then the back half of the curriculum gets into the foundational cyber constructs and ideas, and eventually up into even some of the fun stuff where they learn how to actually hack into computer systems.
Wow.
And the reason they learn that is not because we want to teach them to commit crimes, right, or to do bad things. We want them to understand what the adversaries out there are doing.
Oh, they have to.
How they can ultimately protect themselves and protect their organizations.
Absolutely, that's critical. This is an amazing organization that you're doing. Thank you, because it is so important that we continue to make sure that the citizens are protected with cyber protection, putting them into the federal positions and getting them ready to go to continually be challenging and retooling in such a needed, growing way. This is incredible. Thank you for what you're doing and finding such a great niche spot for these wounded warriors and putting them in this position for job placement and careers for the rest of their life that we need. And I really appreciate you being on the show today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the great information. I encourage all the viewers to reach out and check you guys out online, and any support that we can give, let us know. We'd be happy to have you back on. And we'll be right back with more Operation American Dream.
We have a winner! Johnny, you won! You won!
Grandma?
There are certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't right. I know, but I wasn't right. I wasn't. You hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
Welcome back to Operation American Dream. We are getting ready for the holidays with a very special event, and I've got Rhiannon here to talk about it with Retirement Funding Solutions. Rhiannon, thank you. You have a very exciting event that you have been putting together.
We do. It's turned into quite the large event, which is a little concerning but exciting at the same time.
Extravaganza now, right?
It is. So what we're doing this holiday season, every year we put together something for the military families in San Diego. This year we decided we wanted to give away Christmas trees. And so what we did was we coordinated getting 900 Douglas firs down from Oregon and purchased them and decided, okay, let's figure this out. Let's make this a really fun event for all the families and for everybody involved. And so we decided to make it kind of a Christmas carnival with bounce houses, a car show, Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus will be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but we've had such an overwhelming response that we've had to purchase an additional 450 trees.
That is not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not. And it was really exciting because now we already have over 1,000 trees reserved for the event.
They are reserved.
They are
People claim
reserved.
them.
Yes. So you actually have to go through an Evite invitation and actually reserve an RSVP to save your tree. So we will basically tag it with your name on it.
Okay.
When you get to the event, you check in. We will give you a ticket. You enjoy the festivities there that evening. And then when you're ready to get your tree, you take that ticket and get your car and you'll pull up and the tree loading guys will help you out and we'll send you on your way with your brand new, beautiful Douglas fir Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that?
Yes.
So
yes.
you've got stuff for the kids. People are bringing their entire families because it's going to be an event,
It
not
is.
just a pick up the tree and get out.
No, it's exactly an event. So we have a car show courtesy of O'Gara from La Jolla. We'll be bringing out some Lamborghinis. We've got Ferrari of San Diego. We've got the Porsche Club bringing some of their cars out. The Warrior Brotherhood just contacted us and let us know that they may be present as well. So we've got some bounce houses for the kids to have fun. Bimbo Bakeries is sending out a bunch of treats with the bear. So it's become quite the event. Quite the event. We need help.
I would say, because you're not the one putting every tree on the roof of the car yourself, right?
No.
You
I hope
need
not.
help, right?
Yes,
You need
yes.
help. So tell me, so we can reach out to our viewers here and call in the masses. What kind of help are you needing?
So we need as many volunteers as possible. We do prefer them to be probably 16 years of age or older. So if you have a child or a high school student that needs to get community service hours,
Ooh, great idea.
We're more than happy. Bring the form with you. I will fill it out for them. We need people from tree loaders to traffic control to security to bounce house supervision for the kids, people to work the snack booth, the bottles of waters that will be handed out, just to keep track of the generators and make sure they don't run out of diesel. The snow machine, because we will have the snow there, and also crowd control for Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Right, we don't want them getting rushed.
Correct. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be a lot of work as well.
So how can people volunteer? Is there a form they can go online and fill out?
There's a link.
How do they reach out?
They can go through Facebook if they'd like and search Operation Santa's Elves, and you will find the link on there to where you can either sponsor a tree for $18 for a military family, or you can go and volunteer as well. And we will be assigning all the volunteer stations. If you have a specific request, you can email us. Our email is on there. It's operationsantaelves@rfslens.com, but it is on that link as well. And they can request a specific station if they have certain kind of capacity issues where they don't want to be standing the whole entire time.
This is so exciting. What is the date of the event?
Saturday, December 2nd from 4 to 9 p.m. at Fry's Electronics in San Diego off the 15 freeway.
Wow.
Yes.
That's so now to go backwards, this is the first year that Retirement Funding Solutions has put on an event for the holidays. What did you guys do last year?
So last year we were contacted by ACU5 up in Camp Pendleton, which is the Naval Unit, and they asked us to participate in their command Christmas parties and help get them some toys. So we ended up getting about 1,000 toys that we wrapped here at the corporate office, and another company participated, One Reverse Mortgage as well. They're kind of our partners in crime with everything that we do, and they kind of just jump on in. So we had Christmas wrapping parties where all of our staff would come in, have pizza party, let's wrap the presents for the kids, and then we would deliver them. Well, on top of that, they also had some families that were having a little bit of financial struggles around the holidays. So we offered up and adopted 24 military families where the children could write Santa letters and wish lists, and we granted every single one of their wish list for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So it was fun, and I think in addition to that, we also served them Christmas Day lunch for the guys that were stuck working.
And doesn't that just stick with you forever?
It does. And it's the best way to spend the holidays.
It makes your holiday, right?
It does.
Everything else after that is just totally smaller.
It is.
When you go and serve and involved in something of that magnitude. And now fast forward to this year, you guys are going even bigger.
Right. And we weren't sure it was going to turn into this either. I mean, our biggest fear was 900 trees. What if we have 100 families that show up and we have too many trees? Well, now it flipped on us, and we're going, oh my gosh, look how many families are showing up. This is fantastic. Let's make sure that we have the appropriate amount of control and capacity there for them to really enjoy themselves.
Wow. So you got the trees, you got the entertainment. People have counted for the trees. Volunteers.
Yes,
Volunteers.
Desperately
That's
need volunteers.
the need. So I'm encouraging everybody to reach out and volunteer. This is the time to jump in so that you know what's going on. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this today. I'm so excited. Can't wait to hear the feedback and how it went and see all the footage. It's going to be really great to be out there.
It is.
Thank you for what you're doing and for what Retirement Funding Solutions is doing to put this together and make a huge difference in the San Diego military community. This is awesome.
Thank
you, Rhiannon.
Thanks.
We'll be right back with more Operation American Dream.
We have a winner! Johnny, you won! You won!
Grandma?
There are certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't ready. I know, but I wasn't ready. You hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
Welcome back to Operation American Dream. I've got an awesome guest right now. We're going to be talking to Seibert of Warrior Built Foundation. Aaron, I don't even want to give another introduction because I want to get right into who you are and what you guys are doing because it's really outstanding. Thank you for being on today.
Well, thanks. I'm Aaron Seibert, retired Navy chief. I spent 20 years in the Navy, but
thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thanks. 2006, I was over there, my third time over to Iraq, and was hit with a mortar round. Came through a lot of processes. Ended up at Wounded Warrior Battalion West and retired from there. After stepping out of that, I really still wanted to be part of something bigger and better than myself and have that umbrella of support. And Nick Ham, who started Warrior Built, Nick Ham's a first sergeant, retired as well, combat wounded, but he really wanted to have a dream where he said, hey, I want to help combat vets. You don't have to be combat wounded, you don't have to be dealing with anything, but you gotta be a combat vet. So this organization really helps and multiplies with a lot of different other organizations to support and really offer a really good package for our combat vets.
So tell me about it then. So when was that then you guys started, that he started Warrior Built?
Oh, he started it about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Our current location in Lake Elsinore, we've been there for about 3 years. It started in a 2-car garage. He built Warrior Chopper. Warrior Chopper was in coordination with another organization. They built that chopper and took it to all the way out to Sturgis and back with a bunch of combat vets. Nick Ham then wanted to start racing Baja and created an environment where guys can come in and work on their motorcycles. They can learn how to weld. They can learn how to do a lot of things within our shop. And although the big focus is on Baja and the race, there's a lot of races throughout there. There's the 250, the San Felipe, the 500, and the 1000. This is the 50th anniversary of that, and we're getting ready to send a team down there. We got guys that are amputees.
Wow.
We modify the bikes so that they can utilize them and actually race. Our sponsors are amazing to come on board to actually see what we're doing. We actually have a building where the guys can come into. We have a gym inside of our building. We have a music room. That's a full-on music studio.
Oh, that's great.
Guys can learn how to play. And then we have a lounge. And in that lounge, we have the PTSD Foundation Southern California chapter in there that comes down and actually runs PTSD groups for the guys. And they're based out of Texas. We'll send them there if they're really bad off and really need some further help. But we are the program that's really good for the guys to make new dreams come true and get past some of the bad thoughts that we are always dealing with related to combat, and hopefully build new ones that we can focus on and move forward. And getting guys jobs, working with employers to actually see these guys as, hey, they're gonna have VA appointments, make sure that they get some leeway with that. But also, you know, they wanna be good employees, and they also wanna be a good employer for somebody who's a combat vet.
Right.
So that introduction, the whole thing, this collaboration with other organizations, really makes Warrior Built a really awesome organization to be part of.
Yeah, collaboration is the key. That's a big important part, that you're connecting with other organizations and other people that are helping maximize what you guys are doing as a foundation. How is it for you, because this is the therapy you need just as much for yourself as you're also helping these other warriors that are coming in? How do you see that pairs together, helping yourself as you're also helping them? Right,
and we talked a little earlier just about how I really didn't want to be this guy, to be the guy that came out and stood out and kind of brought it to the forefront, because I got combat wounded. My master chief said, hey, I want you to go give a speech. It's the hospital corpsman birthday's coming up. I went out and did that. Had to write down my whole story on how I got blown up. Very therapeutic in that process. Then I started finding that it was therapeutic in a lot of other ways to be out and involved. Warrior Built touches the adrenaline rush in a safer, kind of more accepted manner.
Sure.
Because combat, obviously, you're dealing with a lot of adrenaline rush, you're dealing with a lot of hypervigilance, you're dealing with a lot of things, and they coincide somewhat, so you're still getting a piece of that, but you're not in combat, and you're with your fellow combat buddies going over some of these things, and eventually you really start to have some really serious conversations. Then you become battle buddies with these guys, and instead of being at home isolated and going to work and going home and really bringing this to the family and maybe work, you're able to have Warrior Built as that area to bring some of those demons about and
get the brotherhood with it that they're used to, right?
And go through some of these processes together with guys that know kind of what you're going through, because we're all on our own path. Our paths cross at Warrior Built. Our paths cross at different areas, but when they pass, there's usually something really cool about it.
That's so awesome. So you got Baja coming up. And
yes.
How many are coming down for that? And just give me a real quick what that's going to be like when you guys get there.
Well, Baja, the Baja 1000, the 500, it's almost like a field op. It reminds me of going to Iraq and going through the field. but without the gunfire, without all the other crazy stuff. Because we are in Baja. We're not in regular Mexico. We're in Baja. It's going all the way to La Paz this year. So we're taking about, I want to say, right around 10 guys down there. And Nick Ham's putting that piece all together. I really am not, but I'm the corpsman. I go down there, I help out. But we'll get down there to Ensenada. The race will start in Ensenada, go all the way to La Paz, and then they got to make that trip all the way back.
Oh,
sometimes
that's so great.
Sometimes it's a loop, but this time it's that straight line. So it's going to be a really cool race. And then we got the 500 coming back up, and the 250 coming out later on this year. About every 3 or 4 months, we have another race. Score International has been really awesome to let us go down there and race for free on that as well.
That is awesome.
Just one more quick thing. We got the movie's coming out for Dust to Glory 2.
Okay.
Warrior Built will be featured in there. We do have a really awesome part within that movie, and it's coming out next week.
Oh, that's awesome. I encourage everybody to check that out. And thank you for your service and your sacrifice and for what you're doing with Warrior Built. And I'm going to take you up. Can I come and see the facility someday? I'm going to come through there.
I would invite anybody to come see it because I really do like to showcase it. It really is the pinnacle of what we do, but outside of that is really what happens.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to check it out. I encourage everybody to check out Warrior Built and see what they've got going on and support the foundation. And we'll be right back.
Hey, Craig Sewing here, your host of The American Dream. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I want to invite you to engage in the conversation outside of the show. How do you do that? Visit us online and on social media. We have so much activity happening there, full interviews, resources, all kinds of cool stuff that you can engage with us and our conversation and help support the American dream, where we're combating all that negative stuff you see in the media. But don't forget, I also want to be your #1 consumer advocate, so anything we can help you with, finance, real estate, mortgage, tax planning, estate planning, even credit scoring, we have the resources and the relationships that we can help you. Visit us online, engage in the conversation on social media, and don't forget, we want to empower your American dream, so reach out if you ever need anything. Thank you so much for tuning into the show, and thank you so much for following us on social media and engaging in the conversation. Cheers to your American dream.
Welcome back. I've got one of my great Synergy One lending partners here with me, Alma, today. Passion for VA homeownership. Thank you, Alma, for being on.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you.
No, this is really fun. So tell me a little bit about your background, first of all. You're a loan officer, an experienced loan officer.
I am a loan officer. I have been a loan officer since 1999 and have worked in the business ever since. Loved it. It's my passion. It's what I do. It's what I love, and I get to get paid for it.
That's how passionate are you about VA homeownership? How much do you love working with the veterans?
You know, it's a different sense of gratefulness when you're dealing with veterans. There's something about working with them when you help them and take that extra step for them that everybody's great when you deal with them, but veterans are, I think they take it to the next level, and they really are very sweet. Most of them are very sweet to deal with.
And they're easy to work with as far as what you need from them, right?
Yes, they immediately take care of it. They have the structure that comes from the military, and they bring it to their lives. And honestly, they're the easiest clients I have because they take care of things immediately.
That is so great. So tell me, where you're with Synergy One Lending.
I am with Synergy One Lending.
We're coworkers. Where is your branch, and where are you at?
I am in the Rancho Bernardo office.
Okay.
And I normally work the Escondido, San Marcos, North County area as far as mortgage loans is concerned.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Now, you don't just do that. I know, because when we met, you shared you are extremely passionate and involved with outreach. So that's what I really want to talk about with you here today, too. So tell me where it is you're spending your time.
Well, my passion is in volunteer work. I am a member of Assistance League of Inland North County, and we have our own operations called Operation School Bell. Operation School Bell dresses children. We do dress Camp Pendleton families.
Oh.
Anywhere between 700 and 800 children come through our dressing, and we provide new clothes, hygiene, shoes, jeans, jackets, t-shirts, anything and everything that's going to make them confident to sit in school, feel good about themselves, and learn. And we believe that education is the basis to success. Mm-hmm. And so our goal is that, that they feel confident with their new clothes, that they have the self-esteem to raise their hand and answer the questions that the teacher's asking.
And they feel good about themselves.
Oh yes, and the smiles on their face and just seeing it every day. We've been doing this for many years, since 2009 with Camp Pendleton. I personally have been involved with the organization for 4 years and have had the privilege of dressing thousands of kids. Aside from our military families, we dress another probably 1,500 children every single year. So in our community, we're touching close to 2,500 children a year, every year for the last 30 years. And all of this comes from our thrift store. We have a thrift store, very high-end thrift store, the best thrift store you'll ever. The earrings are from there. And when you shop there, you are donating back. I mean, you come out with the great stuff, but you're going to come out knowing that every dollar you spend is going to go back into our community, and it's going to touch our VA, veteran families, and just all around, you're gonna make a difference in our children's lives.
What an incredible need that is too, that a lot of people may not think about, right? You're reaching a category and touching military families in such a special way, because school clothes, those kind of needs are huge. When you first got involved, how did it change you?
You know, when I first got involved, I was a struggling mother. And the idea of being able to give to so many children by being part of an organization is just, it changes your life. It changes the way you look at things. It changes everything that you could possibly, it's not so bad. Everything's really good. If you are here in this beautiful country with our military that protects us, it's just, it changes your life. You realize that, hey, you know what, it's good because you have clothes for your child and you can buy them, thus the pair of shoes for school. But there aren't every family, and not every family can do that, especially in military. They are very budgeted, and a lot of times a single family, a parent comes and they don't know what they're gonna do, and all of a sudden we give them a brand new a gift card for $40 so they can get shoes for their child. I mean,
that means everything
you see
to them.
tears, and those tears are genuine, and it makes you, and it's hard work. It's a lot of work putting it together, unloading, loading, participating, the volunteer hours. We do at least, myself and my child, 100 hours in October of volunteer work. But we do it every year, and every year it's a new experience, it's a new joy, and it's very rewarding.
I can see from your heart how excited and passionate you are about this, and it's so wonderful to hear about this organization. Are you guys looking for more volunteers?
We are always looking for volunteers. We're looking for shoppers and donations. Bring your donations to us. We will make sure they get a good home, and then the money generated will go back into our community. Yeah, so it's all volunteers. Nobody gets paid. So our building was donated by one of our members. So we are very, most of our income generated does go back to the community.
This is awesome. So our viewers can reach out to you for their home loan needs.
They sure can.
You can help the veterans get into homes, and you're also helping their children get into clothes. I encourage everybody to reach out to you and get more information, volunteer, and find out also how they can have their questions answered in home ownership. You're just a true champion. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much. You know, I do want to say that I speak Spanish, and about 15% of the military are Spanish speaking. They speak English, but not every single family does. And so it's a generation thing, and they would like to buy together. I can do all of this loan in Spanish for them as well.
Oh, that's
Make
wonderful.
sure they understand the VA process.
Great work, Alma. Incredible. Thank you. We'll be back with more Operation American Dream.
Hey, Craig Sewing here. As you know, on the American Dream, our goal is to educate, empower, and engage your American Dream. Make sure you reach out if you ever need advice. Visit us online at AmericanDreamNetwork.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
It's so fun to get a chance to meet different guests and find out all the different ways that people are giving back to our military families and getting involved with the community, and also helping educate and empower those that need it the most. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and remember to share, tag, tell your friends about the show, and don't miss the next episode of Operation American Dream.